Hello, everybody. Welcome back to Razel the Daysall. It is February the 3rd, 5:30 almost, and I'm starting to attach my granny squares together using double crochet. I was trying to figure that out. It's a nice day today. Everybody's playing out in the park today. But I'm staying indoors crocheting. I don't know if that flu is going around or what's going on, but I'm certainly feeling it. So what I'm doing is I'm just gonna whip stitch this together. Whip stitching my squares together. It takes time. It takes a long time to make granny square curtains. This is my first time making curtains or crocheting curtains. But I like the idea. I think they're going to turn out really cute. And I made sure to match it because one side's different from the other side. So there is a front and back to your granny squares, and you want to make sure you got the right sides together. I don't think it would be that big of a deal if it wasn't. You're not going to be able to notice it too much. And I do have more yarn. So if we get bored, we can go through the yarn. But I'm like, I'm going to go on ahead and put these together to see if I need to make any more granny squares or not. I think it'll be close. I'm going to do a little knot at the end, and then we have to weave in our stuff here. That way it doesn't come apart. You kind of go in and not the funnest part is weaving your scissors and cut the extra off. I weaved it in a good 3 times in and out. I gotta do the same to my other end. I decided to go with the gray. I figured that would look really good with the purpley pink and blue colors. Ta-da! It's coming together. It's gonna be for a big window. So that's why I'm gonna do 4 granny squares. Maybe I can tap my camera down a little bit more. I don't do magic circles. I just tie it in a knot like that. I'm not a fan of the magic circles. Okay, so then we're gonna double crochet, slip stitch, chain 3. Oh, this is triple. We're triple crocheting, not double. Triple crochet. But I think I'm going to do a different stitch on the top for when you have to use to slide it through the curtain rod. I'm going to do a different stitch for that because I have a lot of trouble getting my curtains on the curtain rod, especially if it's like really lacy. It's hard for me to run it through my curtain rod. So I'm going to do a different stitch. On the picture it shows that stitch being up at the top, but that's not going to be fun to push through your curtain rod. So I'll probably just do like a half double or a single crochet. Maybe I'll do a single crochet so it makes it easier to slide it through the curtain rod. I always struggle with that when I'm hanging my curtains. They always get stuck on the edge. That's probably why I don't like messing with my curtains too much. I don't take them down a whole lot. Of course, these curtains here came with the house. I bought the house with these curtains, so yeah, it's time to switch up our curtains. I gotta switch up the ones in my kitchen. Or we'll just have pumpkin curtains year-round in the kitchen. Because I don't know how long it'll take to... I don't know how long it's going to take me to make curtains. Probably about as long as it takes to make a queen or a king size blanket. A super long time. It takes like a year. depending on what type of stitches you're going to use and the design and patterns and how many color changes you do and all this and that, it can take a really long time. Okay, so this is how I'm doing this. Let's see. So I got my loop, and I'm just going to knot it like this so it doesn't fall apart. So I got triple crochet, and then where did I put my needle? And I got this little needle, that's what I use to weave in all of my ends. These yarn needles. Yeah. And then I'm just going to whip stitch it together. I'd like to do a tutorial on making these granny squares too. So maybe we'll do that today. It would be easier just to go live, but I guess I have to wait 24 hours for the thing to load or something like that. Well, the kids are really hooting and hollering out there, having fun, playing out on the playground because of the nice warm weather. Must be an Indian summer. That's what we call it around here. See, and I probably cut too much yarn off. See, I could probably try and not use as much to whip stitch it. But I always go more than needed because I'm always afraid that I'm going to cut it too short and I'm not going to have enough. Knot it. Weave it in. Sometimes I like to go between the yarn fibers so it'll just really have something to hold on to so it doesn't unravel, especially when you go to wash them. So you want to make sure you're weaving it in pretty good. So it doesn't unravel. Yeah, see, I got a lot of leftovers. I have to try and not cut so much. I still might have to make some more squares. Who knew making curtains was gonna be such a pain in the butt? Right? You get an idea and you think, oh, this is just gonna be so much fun and fast to do. It's not. This is not fast at all. Very time consuming. But we're getting the idea. Ta-da! And I was like, I'm trying to keep it in order. I'm kind of keep it on the ground here so I can keep them in order. Because once I get them put together, you know, this way, then I have to put them together the long way. Well, that's not going to work. Oh, maybe it's supposed to go this way. We'll figure it out. I was trying to keep my colors coordinated. But you know how that doesn't always work. The colors just coordinate the way they want to coordinate, the way I put them together. It's like whatever colors that I grab, that's how it works. But I tried to kind of mix up the colors and coordinate it a little bit so they're dispersed evenly. But yeah, when you first start, you just chain 3 when you go to do your triple crochet. Like, it's easy to crochet, but it just takes a lot of time and practice too. And then when you get really good, you know, you can do it without looking, which I'm still working on because I like to look at my stitches. But you can kind of use your senses and kind of feel your stitches. Yeah, maybe I'll do one more of these and then try and teach you how to do a granny square. I'll just do it really fast because it takes a long time. We'll see how fast I go. Probably not very. Ooh, somebody's hot rodding. Well, it's a very big granny square. I haven't even measured it really. I'm not sure the measurements. Oh, I went over. I got excited. I'm going to knot it up here so it doesn't come unraveled. And switch over to my needle. Yeah, there definitely is a front and back. Hopefully I didn't cut my yarn too short. Yeah, I was trying to figure out how I was gonna connect them together because there's all different types of ways to connect your squares. But I just decided to go with the easy method of whip stitch. So I'm just whip stitching them. I'll pull it kind of tight. birds are going crazy. It's like Attack of the Killer Birds out there. Lost it. I got bigger needles too, but I like to use these small ones. You just go in a little bit tighter and there we go. So we're getting the idea of how these curtains are gonna look with the gray. Yeah. Yeah, those are gonna be cute. They're gonna be cute. Woo! I'm sliding. I got to steal Hazel's office chair. She got a new office chair. So I got her old one, and it's so much more comfortable. I like to wheel around. I can spin. I can't do that on those wooden chairs, but see, I can spin. Ooh. Yeah. And it's got a lot of cushion on it, so it's comfortable. And I like to sit on it Indian style because I just like sitting Indian style on my chairs. Anyways, I got these granny squares memorized. Okay. So you chain 6. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6 chains. And then you go into the first chain here and you slip stitch it. Slip stitch, chain 3. And it's all triple crochet, and you do 15 triple crochets around your circle. It doesn't have to be exact, but as long as you have 15 triple crochets. You have to have 15. To make your circle. I probably should have put some lotion on. Because this Karen yarn is definitely being a Karen. There's 11. Well, 13, 14, and 15. Yeah, I could go faster if I had lotion on. This yarn is... It's not very smooth. But anyways, okay, so I got my 15 and then I slip stitched and did another chain 3. Now I have to do 16 of these triple crochets, but I'm leaving it on the hook this time. I'm leaving my 3 triple crochets on the hook. Like that. And then I go in, I yarn over and go through all of the loops and I chain 2. And I repeat that 16 times to give me my circle in the center. I have to keep pulling. I keep pulling it. I don't like it. Like, I have to have my own tension. I don't like feeling my yarn being tight. I have to pull it. Drives me nuts. I don't know if it drives anybody else nuts, but it drives me nuts. Like, I have to have it loose and pile it up. Because I don't like pulling it. I have to have my own tension. Yeah, I'm super picky about that. And it doesn't matter if I take my yarn from the center or from the outside either. It doesn't really matter. Sometimes I'll just take it from the outside and I'll unravel it so I have enough, and then, you know, I have to go back and unravel it again because to get through it. I just like to have my own tension. Trying to fly through, see how fast I can do a granny square on video. See, I have to pull it. I have to pull it, and then I just have to layer it on my leg. That's my method. Yeah, I got this pattern down in my head. It's pretty easy. All it is the granny square with the circle in the center. And you can switch up the colors too. Like if you wanted to do different colors on each row, you could. I've done a few like that. Oh, and I'm left-handed too. So if it looks weird, it's probably because I'm left-handed. Mm. So if you're left-handed, me too. I'm left-handed. Yeah, this is basically all triple. Oh, shoot. See, I shouldn't have done that. We're not putting them together. Hubby's been watching the Daredevil on TV. I've been really big into documentaries. Oh, I was watching the documentary on CERN, the huge circular particle machine that they're trying to use to figure out how the Big Bang happened and all of the conspiracies on that. I've been watching that. Pretty interesting. Okay, so now I'm just gonna slip stitch this row. So I got those two. That's my circle. And 1, 2, 3. And then we're gonna do 3 triple crochet like they do the regular way, because this is our little corner piece. And then chain 2, and do another triple crochet, just like regular granny square, I guess. It's just, you want to make it back into a square because it's a circle, so you got to make the circle back into a square. And this is how you do that. You yarn over once and you go into this stitch here, and then you chain 3, yarn over. It's where those 2 chains are, and you go into the one that's furthest away, and then you chain 3, yarn over. So you have that going on. And then you're going to do your other corner, goes back to the corner piece again. No fair, I don't have lotion. I can't go that fast. Not fair. It's tough when you got it all bunched up in there. Okay. And the bad thing about going fast is you don't want to miss your stitches up. You don't want to miss your count. You don't want to mess up your count. Oh, and I watched the documentary on P. Diddy yesterday. That is horrible. Pretty awful stuff, but you know. I guess that's what people do when they think that they're God, you know. They don't think they're ever going to get in trouble or get caught, and they think that they can just do whatever they want until enough people come forward and say, you know, enough is enough. Just because he was famous doesn't mean that you can abuse people. Abusing your power. It's awful. No excuses for that. He knew exactly what he was doing. Very narcissistic. And you can't fix that. They'll never change. It's awful. But he is exactly where he belongs. You know, he might have been a good friend to some people, but like a rabid animal, he'll bite your hand off one of these days. Take it out on you for no reason. You could just be sitting there minding your own business and just decides to go crazy on you. Starting my next row. So you just keep slip stitching until you get to your corner. Well, this is going to be an exciting video. Leslie's trying to speed crochet. Trying to be the NASCAR of crochet granny squares. So fast. Well, I might have to do 2 videos here because this one's going to be super long, me trying to do these granny squares. Yeah. This is a little shrug wrappy thing I made a long time ago. It was my first okay, I have to do a chain there. It was my first kind of sweater type of deal that I've ever made. And it works. It's cute. With my red heart yarn. Because, oh, I just love red heart so much. Not. I got burned out. There's only so much of the, and it wasn't anything like this was fancy, I guess. It was the soft red heart that I got on clearance at Ollie's. Ollie's is a good place to get discount yarns. I've gone there a few times, and I've gone to Goodwill to get discount yarns. I go through a lot. Let's see, last week I went through 3 skeins of yarn. That was just last week. So, who knows how much I'll go through this week. I mean, probably super planning on getting these curtains done. I am bound and determined to get them done this week. I'm just excited about them. Ready to see how they turn out. But I was like, I'm going to do this square. Give you guys an idea how long it takes to make one of these squares. And I'm trying to go as fast as I can without lotion. And this is crappy yarn. The Karen Pounder. I don't care for it. I did that, yeah. I don't want to get lost. I'm already lost. But yeah, I was watching a documentary about CERN and how they think it's opening up a portal to another dimension. Like there's a different Earth in another dimension. And it's like opening up a portal and making like weird stuff happen where the time changes on our Earth and is, I don't know, switching it over or something. I'm like, oh, okay. I mean, I believe in other dimensions and, you know, why not? Or what do they call that? String theory. Oh, we believe in string theory. Yes, we do. I don't really know what string theory is, but this is string theory. I got my string theory right here. My scientific string theory. about this planet and weird stuff that happens. Like, I know the answers to everything. Oh, yeah, and Bigfoot. They have so much stuff on Bigfoot. Have you guys ever watched Harry and the Hendersons? That used to be one of my favorite movies when I was a kid. You guys are going to have to look that up. You young people, you youngsters. Yeah. I think it's called Meet the Hendersons. It's got Bigfoot. And he's a good Bigfoot. He's just big, but he's super nice. That's such a good movie. Very family oriented. It's funny. I like the 80s. We got a huge 80s movies collection. We watched that Billie Jane. We watched that the other day, and I've never even seen it. I'm like, what is this? I have never seen this movie before. And it was pretty good. I'm like, I've never seen it. It's about a bunch of kids starting trouble and bullying these other kids, and then things just got out of control, and it was good. I've been watching a lot of the YouTube with the crocheting. I'll be crocheting and watching you guys on your YouTube videos, which are really good. And I'm trying to subscribe to everybody to watch your crochet videos because everybody's different, and I like that. I love it. Everybody's different and has their own way of doing things because everybody has their own little creative style and personality and how the way they do things. Yeah, everybody's different. Love it. Nothing wrong with that. And I like seeing everybody's projects, all of their different projects. I was watching Russ on It's Raining Yarn. He is fantastic. Love him. He's great. And he was working on a blanket. Just a wonderful person. Love his personality. It's great. Okay, so I just got one more row of this granny square to do, and then we're done with that. And then I think once I'm done with this granny square, we're just going to call this the boring granny square video. And I'm trying to do this super fast. Not too bad, because I think I said, well, I can get this done in about 30 minutes if I go super fast, or if I go super slow, it takes me about an hour. So 30 minutes is the fastest. I think too it depends on what type of yarn I'm using. If I'm using like a really smooth yarn, it just goes faster. And I don't like this. This stuff is yucky yuck. This is yucky yuck yarn. It's not very nice. It's rough. It's not smooth. It's just gritty. And it's really chunky, I think. I think it's too thick. Not the best stuff to work with. But I think I got this ball for like $2.50 at Darlington in Fort Wayne. They have this holiday store called Darlington. And I go there about once a year. That's my once a year store during the holidays because they got some nice stuff in there for Christmas presents that are pretty cheap. Like I got some Christmas bows for, wrapping presents. And I got some really big candles. They're huge candles that were by my fireplace. I got those for like $5 a piece. Those are probably like $20 candles because they're huge. So I got a pretty good deal on candles there. I got the kids some coloring books. They had a bunch of different types of books for kids. I think I got one of them a Nerf gun that was on sale because the Nerf guns are pretty popular. And I got like a makeup bag that was like Justice, the Justice brand, and they had like a makeup kit, or it was like a facial cleanser type of stuff. And I got that for Natalie for her Christmas present. Oh, and I still haven't given those scarves to Ashley's girls for their Christmas present. They might be having Christmas in July because Aunt Leslie obviously can't keep up with her days. They just kind of slide together. And I'm not much for getting out and about. I try to get out to people, especially when they can't go nowhere because they're cooped up in the house with the kids and they can't seem to ever escape from children. Ashley, if you're watching this, we need to do an escape room. Wouldn't that be fun? We should just be like, screw it, let's go find an escape room. I've never done one of those, but it sounds like fun. Always wanted to do one of those escape rooms. I'm not smart enough. I would be stuck in there like that. Wouldn't that be hilarious? She's stuck in the escape room. She's seriously not smart enough to figure it out. The employees would have to rescue me, be like, okay, lady, it's closing time. You're still stuck in your room and you can't figure out how to get out. That would be me in the escape room. I can't figure out the clues. I've tried everything. Yeah, that'd be hilarious. I'll be like, I keep trying to figure it out. They have different levels too. I guess they have like a super easy escape room and like the super hard ones. I would definitely have to have the super easy one. I'd be stuck in it. I'm like, I can't get out. 15 minutes goes by and I think it's the end of the world. I'd probably start chewing on somebody's leg because I thought I was starving to death. Something crazy like that. Hmm. I'm not gonna make it. Yeah, we're definitely gonna do a yarn haul too. I'll show you the rest. I'm trying to stay away, guys. I really am trying hard to stay away. Now, I know I'll go through some of this yarn eventually. I mean, honestly, like I said last week, I went through 3 balls, 3 skeins. So it just depends on how much free time I get. Obviously, Leslie gets a lot of free time. That's why her laundry is still in the dryer right now because she forgot to get her laundry out of the dryer. She don't want to because she'd rather sit here and crochet than to get her laundry out of the dryer. It's okay. Hubby will take it and throw it on top of the dryer. And then I'll see it eventually and have to put it away. You're like, oh yeah. Sounds like he's doing a Zoom meeting down in his office, which is directly below my craft room. But I can hear him doing a Zoom meeting. He's zooming and I'm YouTubing. He's doing the Zoom and I'm doing the YouTubing. Man. I tell you what, everybody's struggling this year already. But tax time is coming, so I should be okay. I gotta do my taxes. I'm happy about it because I get money back. So that makes me happy. As long as I don't spend it on yarn. Which, as you can see, I just don't have enough. Almost done. Okay, it's been about 35 minutes. So, I tried to go as fast as I could. But this is not, like I said, it has a lot to do with the yarn too. When the yarn's really crappy, you just don't go as fast. And I don't have lotion. If I had lotion on my hands, I could probably go a little faster. Boop. Time. Of course, I have to weave all my ends in, but usually I'll make a bunch. Like I'll do a big stack of these, and then I'll just sit there and weave all of my ends. Some of them I haven't weaved them in yet, but let's see if I can show you this huge, ta-da! There it is, my 30-minute granny square, or I should say this one was 35 minutes. I took it a little bit longer. Yeah, like I said, I average 30 minutes to an hour, and that's if I'm just being a slow poke, being slow pokey, or if I'm trying to go NASCAR. I think 30 minutes is my fastest. Timing myself, you know. I'm measuring. Let's see. Measuring my square. Okay, it's about 8 inches. It's an 8-inch square. So it's pretty good size. Big squares, 8 inches. And I'm using a big hook. We're using the big hooks for this. An H hook, which is a I don't know. I don't know if it's even gonna. It's not gonna show up. It's too bright. It's an H hook. 8-5.0 millimeter. So it's pretty big. That way I can go faster with the bigger hooks, but when you use super tiny hooks, it takes a long time. Anyways, I'm going to pause. Well, no, I'm going to stop this. We'll stop this here. Talking for an hour, just jabbering away gibberish. So, alrighty, you guys have a good night. Bye.